What's up everyone, Binary here, and in today's video I'll be demonstrating how you can fix your Java non-existent path errors. You have a range of these kind of errors. They can either look like this or they can either look like this. And really the same thing either or. It's just your computer not finding Java to execute that Java file. So step one, let's go ahead and make sure that we have Java installed. And how you can do that is navigate to your local C disk and just either program files or program files x86, depending on if you have 32-bit or 64-bit. You can verify that Java is here, boom, and same thing for the 64, boom, it is right there. If you don't have Java installed, I'll leave a link down in the video description. Just head on over to your web browser and type in Java, J-R-E, whoops, I'm sorry, download. I'm doing this one-handed, bear with me. Accept the license agreement, and depending on what architecture your computer is dependent on what version of Java you're going to want to download. And we can do that. To find out the version is go to your control panel, go to System, and in this you'll see that system type 64-bit operating system, x64-bit processor. That tells me I have a 64-bit, so I'm going to want the Windows x64. Make sure it's the exe because you're not running Linux. You don't have tar.gz, and you don't. And if you're doing this on Mac, then you're going to want the appropriate DMG file, of course, and that ranges across platforms. But for Windows, you're going to want the .exe, and if you have a 32-bit, you're going to want the x86. If it's a 64-bit, you're going to want the 64. So once you have the download, install it, run the installer, and make sure you remember where you set the path for Java to install at, because that's where that's going to come in here in a bit. Once that finishes downloading, let's get it over to our control panel. And at the control panel, you're going to want to open up your system. That can be found here, which I already have it open, so boom. And once you're here, you're going to want to go to your advanced system settings. And in this, you're going to find environment variables, boom. Don't get freaked out by this because the only thing you need to look for is something that says path in your variables tab. Not the first section, the bottom section. So let's go ahead and scroll down until we see path. Oh, and I think I see it right here. Go ahead and double click that and boom, here's your paths. Look for anything that has to or to relate to Java. Excuse me. So for me, I have Java installed. It is in my C, program files, Java, JRE, yada, yada, yada. That tells me that my path is already there. Now, before making this video, I found out that my path was incorrect because I tried to host a Minecraft server upon launching the batch file and it couldn't execute Java, and there was 6 more instances that had failed, and so I wanted to figure out why it was doing that. So remember how I told you to remember where you had installed Java to in your system directory? This is where it comes in handy. So let's go ahead and navigate. Let's find Java. So I'm going to use the 64-bit since I have a 64-bit computer. Go to Program Files, Java, JRE, bin, boom. Right up here is your directory. This is your directory bar, right? So what you're going to want to do is double-click up here, and this is your path right there. Go ahead and highlight that. Hit Control-C together to copy it. Head on over here, back to this page. Right, find that Java path. If you don't have one, just hit New and make a new path and paste it, right? So we're going to go ahead and go to my Java. We're going to hit Control-V, paste the new one, hit OK, and there we go. You have now fixed your Java non-existent path error because now you have located Java on your computer. Alrighty. Be sure to give yourself a system restart to let that reboot, and that way your computer now knows and refreshes where Java is installed at. If this works, go ahead and comment down below. If it didn't work, again, comment and let me know what's going on, why isn't it working, and what kind of errors you're getting, and I'll do my absolute best to help you out with that. But across the multitude of different errors I was getting that had to deal with Java, fixing that path and writing that path in my environment variables, I would say did fix it. And I'm now able to run, let's go ahead and run the AT launcher as an example. So if I say AT launcher, boom, it'll launch up. If I go to my servers for mod sauce, and I can actually launch my batch file, it'll load up and launch now that I've fixed that existent path error. So boom, that's loading up. AT launcher's loading up, and here we go. Cool. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my second video. Peace.